And to be honest, like you mentioned before, it could be 2-0 for both of those teams, but I think that it will be Actina. But your predictions really fast?
My prediction is Actina Pact as well. I have him as one of the favorites to win the whole thing, and I do not see a reason why I shouldn't pick there here. But let's go live on Vertigo, the first map of our first semi-final of the finals of the Alienware Game Arena. Season number 1, Actina Pact against Ambush Esports, already rounding on the B side. And this will be a double opener actually for Ambush, and almost all of the players from Actina go down here. Only Sobol and Lunatic now staying alive. It doesn't count for Sobol, almost Lunatic goes down as well. And Ambush, they started here with a clean and easy round.
What an entrance for Ambush on the Vertigo. 1-0 for them without any losses on their side, and this was really interesting setup for them. They just towards the A side and without any problems, of course, sorry, the B side, and without any problems, they just beat Actina Pact with their defense, and they won that round really easily.
And very precisely as well. So Ambush, we actually saw the hashtag on Barry's back that said it's an ambush, and this truly was an ambush on the B side, because Actina Pact, they didn't even have the time to react, and they already lost 2 players and retaken in 3v5, and your whole B side is completely done by the opponents. Well, there's not much chance for you without the utility not to do anything. But now Actina Pact on the force buy, of course, with the Digos, with the 5-7s, with the CZ, a small amount of utility. But when you look at Ambush, they are prepared for that. A double AK for both J Moments and CK. And it looks like they will be taking on mid for now, which will be now actually crossed off by the smoke. So no vision for Actina Pact, but they're going for this boost. Nothing to be seen here though, as Ambush actually retreat and they reposition themselves. They are thinking about the B side yet one more time, and I actually do not wonder, because if it worked for the first time, why shouldn't it work for the second time as well? This smoke will buy some time, but not that much. They still should have the numbers advantage, but the cards have been shown already. And J Moments with Barry are already entering onto the side. Goofy though, missing his shots with the Deagle. That will cost him his life.
Sobol in a situation where those players from Ambush side will towards his position, but Sobol win that first duel, and he's got the second one as well. He wants to go for the third one, but he's not having ammo in that gun, and because of that, Darko needs to forward his position, and it's all about Fezor. What a surprise for Ambush in that situation. Lunatic and Darko could win it easily, but Fezor in the end kill at least Darko. But yeah, this is the Actina Pact we talk about. They can surprise any of those teams in any other situation, and because of that, the situation is 1-1 and it's tied.
There was a smoke on the entrance to the B side, and of course, you can spam through the smoke, but you will never see anything. So the only angle that was actually possible for Sobol was the very same where Goofy got picked out for the first time. So Ambush, they only need to look at one spot. They need to use the utility. They need to use the Molotovs. But where were those Molotovs, I ask? Because you should have the better utility when you win the first round. And Ambush, of course, they have invested heavily into the AKs, into Galils. But there was a player, there was Barry, who was holding on to the Mac 10. So there should have been enough utility for Ambush. But they have gone split. 2 players entering at one time, and the rest with 3 players entering on the second time, a few seconds after the first cavalry. So actually a very simple round for Actina Pact if they will hit their shots, and all of their shots pretty much connected, making this an evil ground now, which Actina Pact have now tied for 1-1, and they're now in a better position.
They're now in a better positions indeed, and they've got better weapons as well. There's SG for Lunatic, who is the survivor, or the gun is the survivor from the last round. And they bought some machine gun as well. Goofy already get that first kill. His teammate wants to go for the second one, and it looks promising because Barry's got on 17 HP, and it's CK who going down. Sobol with another really important frag with the machine gun, who achieved more than $300 for him. And Actina Pact are just waiting for approach from the enemy team. They are on the CT side, so they can wait, and because of that situation, 5 against 3, it's really simple for them. Pretty. Lunatic's got the frag for themselves as well. And there is only two more players, and this grenade should take Barry down, and there you go, Critty with another kill for him, and it's rounds all by himself.
What I liked about the setup from Actina here, from the approach to the A side, is they have been both checking the same angle. And you can do that for as long as your middle is being held. And that has been held for Actina Pact, because there was no chance for Ambush to push through mid, to push through the smoke. Of course, you can hope for a lucky headshot with that deagle, but when your opponent knows where you're shooting from, he's holding onto a submachine gun, he will tell you apart. And that's what Actina Pact did. They have took down Barry and CK to under 20 HP even before the round even started. So Ambush in a disadvantage from the very beginning of that round, and now without any economy, without any money, they are now on the eco situation here, trying to push forward onto the A side. But Critty, he is already waiting for him. He's spraying down. He takes down two. Not good enough for now, but still it's a numbers advantage for Actina Pact. Doesn't look so good, to be honest, as they have lost already the second member, but as long as the bomb doesn't go down, it's all fine, and it is just that. Actina Pact secure round number 3, but now full buys coming on both sides.
Yeah, they secure the AUG as well, so there is no there is no other like a problem for Actina Pact from that round. But what I want to say is that we already saw 4 rounds, and we saw 2 clean and easy status after those rounds, which is really surprising. Because the first one was really interesting for Ambush, but after that Actina Pact showed us the same results in the 3rd round. But this is the 5th round, and of course Ambush got already full buy as well as Actina Pact, and because of those buys it could be interesting, and because of that open kills on both sides, there is still a nice approach for Ambush, but Actina Pact are still prepared for anything.
Yeah, but they have given up the mid control right now, so Ambush, actually, the map is open for them. They just need to choose properly and split the side in the way they have to do. There is, though, a counter boost incoming here from the side of Actina Pact, and Darko sprays down 2 players. So advantage goes immediately to the side of Actina Pact. Now when Goofy takes down Barry, it's just J Moments remaining, and what the hell has gone wrong for Ambush? They had all the advantage they could ever wish for, but now it's just a 1v3. J Moments still alive and kicking with 100 HP on his side, with Krieg in his hands and a dream in his mind.
He wants to go for the plant of the bomb, which is really important because of the economic situation. But he's spotted already, and Darko denied anything else from that player. So a little bonus for Ambush for sure. That plant of the bomb is really nice. But in the end, this is 4th point for Actina Pact, and it's 4th point in the row, which is great for Actina Pact. And this is a really important entrance because this is their first match on the Alienware Game Arena finals, and it's a LAN, which is really like more interesting and more difficult for many players.
Yeah, you can feel the pressure on your shoulders when you're sitting on the stage with the people looking and staring at you and hoping for your results to be delivered. But so far, Ambush, after they crushed Actina in the 1st round, they have made a bit of a few mistakes, let's say, but Actina, their defense was very strong. But now CK with a really nice opener with a dig. And a one-shot headshot onto Goofy. So a numbers advantage for Ambush, but we have seen fail them these rounds already, and they have had better buys. So now with, this is a false buy, of course, coming from their side with the upgraded pistols, some Kevlar, some kind of utility. Not that much, though, but it should be enough for taking a side. Though Sobol, he's still here available. He misses his spray, but still wins the duel with 12 HP remaining. He needs to retreat. He needs to fall back and wait for the reinforcements, which is coming in now. But still, it's a 4v4 situation. The bomb has been already planted, and now Actina, they need to retake. Not that much of utility, 1 Molotov, 1 flashbang and 1 smoke in their hands, but 3 defuse kits. That is a good proposition, but CK, he's more than ready here. He takes down the 2nd player of this round. Barry supports him. Critty, he may take down CK, but that should not be enough. There's still a numbers disadvantage for Actina Pact, and Lunatic, he's now the only remaining player, the captain, to save it all for Actina Pact, to not lose against the force bite, but it is just not meant to be. Actina Pact, they have to forfeit here, and this will be the 2nd point for Ambush Esports.
Lunatic at least will save his weapon because of that exit kill in the end, but still, Ambush finally get the second point for themselves, and it was really, really important one, because if Actina Pact will get that 5th point for themselves, there will be another eco situation for Ambush, and it could be a disaster, because that entrance on this map will be really crucial, and because of that second point, they are still in the game, and if they will beat Actina Pact with another full buy on their side, it could be a really interesting and really tight game in a bit.
And what I like about the buy here from Ambush is that they have got 4 scoped weapons. There are so many angles like this one that Barry is holding at this moment, where you can just one-shot your opponent down with a headshot, with a quick shot. And all of these scoped weapons give you a bit more advantage than, let's say, an AK or a Galil. Now, Lunatic, he has been caught off guard with a nade in his hand. That will cost him his life. So the first blood has already been spilled here, and it was from the side of Actina Pact. Ambush in a 5v4 situation, but still Critty sitting on the AWP. That is something that Ambush haven't been seen or haven't been facing yet, so that might surprise them a bit. That could be the X Factor, but a great flashbang coming from the side of Ambush, from the side of Barry, and this is the leadership I have been talking about. Barry, he isn't there for the kills, he is there for the gameplay, and that has been shown now. Actina Pact down to 3 players with Sobol, Darko, and Goofy remaining, and defending against 5 players of Ambush.
Yeah, Ambush already traversing the A side, but Goofy is still prepared. His teammate Darko did nothing at all. I'll just kill it through the smoke, and situation is still playable for Ambush, because they are in a situation 4 against 2. Sobel and Goofy just waiting for some important kills, but Rouse will just, without any problems, plant the bomb. Sobel wants to get some kills, and he's got that. Second, Goofy continue the kill for J moments, and this is all about Sobel. He already spot CK, but
so
CK just killed that player, so 3rd point is going for the Ambush, but yeah, like you mentioned, it was so unlucky in that situation. It could be a really nice and really interesting situation, 1v1, but because of that spray, CK was the survivor in that situation, and yeah, this is the 3rd point for Ambush.
And CK, he has been a player to watch so far from the side of Ambush Esports, with very crucial openings in many rounds already, and of course saving the last round as well. He's now the top fragger for Ambush, and he's leading his team when it comes to the statistics, in at least tying things up here, because yeah, Ambush were down by 3 rounds, but now they are actually in a much better position. As Actina Pact down to an eco situation, Deagle sees it all across the board. Very limited utility on their side, no defuse kit whatsoever, so a retake scenario not that much likely. And it looks like that Ambush, they know how to use their utility, which is very, very crucial against this amount of pistols you have against yourself. You need to position yourself very well, and Fassery already takes down Critty. He takes a nade into his face, which takes him down to half HP, but still, it's a numbers advantage for Ambush, and that is all they have ever wanted.
Yeah, Actina Pact's got still just those secondary pistols, and Ambush wants to play for the distance angles. They already secured the first one. They want to go for the second one as well. Feather, he's got those skills all by himself, but still a Goofy kicking and getting some kills. Still surviving, but only with those 37 HP in a situation 4 against 2, and it's Darko who's going down, and Goofy all by himself wants to get at least 1 more kill for his own statistics. His HDA after those kills is 1. And he will get the second headshot as well, but Rouse just retreat his headshots for his own. And it's 4 on both sides, and it's a tie game.
Yeah, it is, and deserved from the side of Ambush. They have actually stepped up in the last rounds, and Actina, they now have a problem on their hands, and they need to solve it pretty fast. So the new Vertigo version here is what we are seeing right now. It feels like the old Nuke for me a bit, because most of the times you end up spamming through the smokes, where on Nuke you would just spam through the walls. So that's a bit, let's say, alike. But actually, I was not very fond of Vertigo when it came into the active map pool. I wasn't sure if it was competitive ready. But the more I watch Vertigo, it's a whole different playstyle that this map is bringing. It's actually a refreshment after Destu and Cash and Mirage, which are all pretty much the same maps if you take a look at it. So I am actually very glad that Valve has taken this step, and that they have chosen to go with Vertigo and even updating here. So it feels more like the old version of the Vertigo with the ladder, with the mid being more closed. I actually dig this version a lot. And it looks like that Ambush do as well, even though they have picked it for the first time since the beginning of the third split. They are actually looking very prepared. Of course, we're not going to count the rounds from 2 to 5 where they have lost all of them. But when they have their full buys, they do know how to use their utility. And look at that. Sobol, he has been pushed from mid so many times, applying just a little amount of pressure. And there is no counter-attack for that.
But Ambush wants to forward the B side already. It's Jay with Joy Moment with his teammate Feather. And Feather going forward. He already spotted the player, and Feather's got the first kill. Goofy still surviving. He's going through that smoke, but Barry just sprays through that smoke, and it's kill for him. Darko's going forward, and he's got the first kill, but CK refrag his position, and it's
there's a flanking coming.
Yeah, flanking by Lunatic. He already spotted the player, but Barry, on the other hand, spotted him as well. But Actina Pact needs to go forward, and Crit's got those 2 kills with the AWP, but it doesn't matter because Rouse VC's SG has got really important 2 headshots, and it's Ambush once more again in the better favorite position, and it's their 5th position.
I was so worried, actually, that Rouse would miss his opportunity. He had the perfect flank. He has an AWPer that is facing towards the side. You could even knife in his back, but he took so much time. I was actually afraid he was going to lose the 1v2 because Critty, he took down both players on the B side. That should not be happening at that time. And of course, as you can now see, Ambush Esports have taken the lead. They are now 5-4 ahead. And Actina Pact actually, it looks like, taking on a timeout here to talk about how did it all go wrong and what they can do to make it even better now, because this is a pick from Ambush Esports. So you can assume that, of course, they will be a bit stronger. I stress this out again, a bit stronger than their opponents. But with the fresh start they have had, with a 4-1 lead, now actually trailing by 1 round, it's not the best position you want to be at. And Ambush, it looks like that with every round won, they're getting more and more confident. And that is very scary proposition for Actina Pact to stand at.
Well, yeah, like we mentioned before, this could be a really interesting situation, 2-0 for both of those teams. And as Banan already mentioned, Ambush just take those points really, really without any doubts, with no respects for the Actina Pact. So this is a really crucial situation, and they could get this point for themselves as well, because Lunatic and the rest of the Actina Pact team has got only those secondary pistols, but Lunatic already secured the first frag for himself. And if they will get this point, I mean Actina Pact, if they will get this point, it will be a disaster for Ambush, because they need to show us that they are capable of getting those points without any problems.
So what are now Ambush trying to do is to pull more CTs from the B side so they can rotate over, but it feels like that no one from Actina Pact is actually going to react. So now it's all, again, it looks like on CK to be the entry fragger here. He misses his shots now. Lunatic, he should not be facing into this, knowing there is a Greek waiting on the other side. The smokes coming to play yet again. 42 seconds remaining. And Barry, he is making the approach onto the side, but Critty takes him down, and that's the bomb going down. That is a huge mistake from the side of Ambush Esports. But there's a trade for J Moments and for Raz as well. And finally CK, he wins his duel over Lunatic, and J Moments finishes a kill onto Taco. All of a sudden now, it's a 1v3 situation for Goofy, facing 3 opponents with a bomb going down now. Not that much likely for him to clutch this one, and he goes down. Ambush Esports, they saved this round. It has looked dire, but they made it work in the end.
It's really unfortunate for Actina Pact, because they started really well with the first open kill. After that, the USP kill on Crit. It was a really important one, because Ambush in that situation, they lost that bomb. But in the end, it doesn't matter, because Ambush just killed those players without planting the bomb. But still a little bit of struggle on the Ambush side in those kind of a situation, kind of this round. And they need to be prepared for those kind of rounds, because Actina Pact are playing on the CT side, and if they will lose this kind of weapons, they will proceed with another like 5-7s, Deagles, and so on. So Ambush needs to get those points without any problems.
Yeah, Critty now, he was very close to securing the first blood here, but he just missed his shot. It was a tough one, to be honest. But Ambush, they are playing with their food right now. They're trying to pull Actina all over the map, but look at the control Actina are having right now. For the first time ever, maybe, they have pushed so far in mid-control that they are now actually in a very strong defensive position. And look at the rotations already incoming onto the B side, because Actina, they know very well what is going on. Kriti is here to support it, but he's looking onto the wrong side now. He realizes where is he standing at as Lunatic takes down CK as the first kill of our 11th round. But it looks like that Ambush, they still want to push forward. Sobol is being traded. All the smokes again coming into play. Fesser is already in the side, but he wins the duel against Lunatic. Now that is a crucial point. Kriti with off. He still hasn't made his presence known, but it looks like that Ambush were faking it all as they are now rotating to the other side of the map.
Yeah, they are rotating for the B side, but Crit at least kill Feather in that situation, but Goofy needs to go for the B side and stop that pressure from the ambush, because there is only 15 seconds left. But the Rouse will, without any problems, just plant the bomb, and it's all the new game for both of those teams. Ambush will just secure the spots for the ticking bomb, and it's J Moments!
They line up!
Yep, with a really nice 2 fast kills for himself. And it's 7-4, and Ambush are on the row, are on the fire.
Yeah, they certainly are at this moment. It looks like Actina, they do not have any response whatsoever. No matter what they try, Ambush look like they're always one step ahead. And Actina Pact, they need to step up in their defense. They need to win the opening duels, because when it comes to the dueling, they have been losing the 1v1 so many times, and that is what has made Ambush so efficient here so far. Of course, their map awareness is very logical here. Almost all the times they realize where the defense is standing at, which means that the rotations can be applied here, especially when you have the utility, so you can pull the CTs from one part of the map to another. And Actina Pact, in rounds like this, they should be stacking, of course. When you get the pistols, you want to trade, you want to get the better weaponry, so you can be more efficient in the upcoming round. Of course, now Actina Pact being on the full lost round bonus, it doesn't matter that much, because you can win with a false buy. You can have some magnificent triple kill with a deagle, and that could win you the round. Of course, the probability of that happening is not that much high, but Actina, they do not have any other cards to play now.
Yeah, Goofy already spots some players approaching the B side, but it's Feather who's got the first kill because of that pop flash from CK. He's secured his second kill as well, and it's Darko who gets finally at least 1 kill for Actina Pact in that situation where the bomb is already ticking, and it's 4 against 3 in the situation where the bomb is already planted, and it's Barry who's got that kill through the smoke on the Darko, and it's Lunatic and Kriti. Both players are with the secondary pistols. It's 5-7 and a deagle, but still, without any doubt, this could be an Ambush 7th point in a row and an 8-point total, which is great, because this is the Vertigo, and if you will secure the 9 or 10 points as a terrorist, you could win easily the second half. So there you go, CK in the third kill in that round, 8-4, and like I mentioned before, 7th point in the row.
Yeah, now that is a huge series to go in here now with Ambush doubling up the numbers against Actina Pact. And they seem lost. They actually now upgrade their buy into a double-up setup between Kriti and Sobol. So that is a change that could swing into the favor of Actina Pact, but they need to make it work. They have had AWP for many rounds for Kriti, but he hasn't been that much efficient with that. Losing most of the duels, being pushed out from the map, having only a little bit of impact, which is not something you want from your primary player, from your key player, as we have talked about it in the preview of this match. As Kriti, he is the player to watch, but he hasn't been able to deliver yet for Actina Pact in the way we would expect. And now CK, he trades for Kriti, but the Lunatic is there to save the situation. Goofy still standing and waiting on the B side, and he wins the very crucial duel against J Moments. Most of the times, Goofy would fall down, and with him, whole B side as well.
Really important situation for Actina Pact. They are in the favorite spot, 4 against 2, but they already lost so many rounds in a row, so they just can't lose this one as well. Barry and Rouse are capable of doing a big stuff. Of course, Barry's got six kills, but still he could get some more of them. And there you go, 7th kill for a Barry. Ralph just joined. He's forward going for the B side, but it's Sobol who didn't miss his first shot, and it could be the second one for Sobol as well, and it will be the second kill for him. And bye-bye, Barry. So, 5th point for Actina Pact, but still, Ambush are in the lead, and they will be in the lead through the whole first half of this map.
No, the problem is now that they have actually succeeded 3 deaths, which means 3 players, they need to buy into this round. And as you can see for yourself now, Actina Pact very short on money, with 3 players not even having $1,000. So if Actina loses this one, they are looking at a 5-10 scenario, to be honest, because in the upcoming round they wouldn't have that much money. Of course, a lost round bonus, it doesn't apply with that. When you lose one time, it resets. There's still some stacks on their side, but no double up setup therefore whatsoever. So Actina, they need to make it work right now. They need to tie it up to 8 to 7 in order to be able to be efficient in the second part. But it looks like that Fessa and Rals are having none of that. 2 very quick kills, and it's a 5v3 situation already. Lunatic trying to surprise their opponent. He gets the first very quick kill. The Molotov onto his head. He takes down J Moment. He did most, and he did the most part now from Actina Pact. He couldn't do anything more, and now Darko, he gave up most of his health bar in order to win this duel. He gives up the bomb from the side of Ambush, but he's alone now in a 1v2 situation, and he's been taken down. CK securing the number 9 for Ambush, and Actina Pact, they are now in a situation that I do not envy at all, because 2 MP9s, as you can see already, Goofy, he hasn't even invested, and he's at 3.1k. There will be an op for Critty, but it won't be pretty.
What a nice. So, another tactical pause for Actina Pact for sure, because like you mentioned, they need to get the last round for themselves. But it was really like bad luck for them in that last round, because those 2 players on the Ambush side in the like the end of the round, they was like in the row. It could be a really 1-shot 2 kills for him, for a Sobol especially, but sorry, for a Darko. But no, Ambush just going really slowly, and they know about that player, and because of that, it's 9th point for themselves, and it's all about this last round in the first half.
And what we could have seen during the replay is that when it was the 5th round at 3-1 score, Actina made a proactive play in mid, took down 2 players, and they actually won that round. And we haven't seen anything proactive from Pact ever since, because they just haven't been able to play proactively. The reason? Ambush applying pressure all over the map with the proper usage of their utility, with the Molotovs, with the smoke grenades. So Actina, they have only a little space to work with, and that is exactly what you need on the T side to be having this amount of pressure on the CT side. So they need to be stacked in the side when you can spam through the smokes on the known positions. And look at the Ambush, they're actually doing the same thing all over again. They take down middle control, they smoke it off, and they will split one of the sides.
Just read Actina Pact really well, because Ambush, they can do whatever they want. They already take down the first player from their side. It was a Sobol who didn't do anything in that situation. Of course, Raz got like full of half of his HP, but still, it could be Critty who will get that round for themselves. But after that first kill, he did nothing else. J-Moments kill him with the SG, and they are going for the A side. In the situation 4 against 3, but Lunatic...
But they are aware of CK.
Yeah, CK is on a really hard position, but still CK gets that kill against Lunatic, and this is just really bad, because CK just... They need to kill them, yeah. Especially in the last round of the first half, Goofy wants to go for himself in this situation.
He needs to. There's not that much time remaining for Actina, and no more lives remaining as well. As CK and Rals finish the first half here on the first lap of our first semi-final. Ambush in the lead of 10 against 5. And as I said, there was a good position for Lunatic, but he was so low on health that he needed to land a headshot immediately. But I think he got a bit of ahead of himself, and he tried to spray him down as soon as possible, with CK being able to react. Pretty much restrained Actina from any kind of free take, because they were in a 2v4 situation without utility. They would just need to outperform and outfrag their opponents, and this is something that haven't been able to do for the whole first half. Ambush have been better in the duels, so this is not the way for Actina Pact. They now need to step up on the T side. They need to roll over their opponents. They need to show what they are made of.
And it's Feather from the other side who's got that first kill, but Sobol continues on the berry. But Feather, he's already got those 2 kills, and he wants to go for the 3rd one as well, but without ammo it's really difficult. And it's Crit with a Sobol who just achieved the A side, and it's all about CK. Oh my god, it was a really interesting moment in the situation, but CK is already spotted in the situation, and it's him against 3 more players on the Actina Pact side, and they just won the first of many rounds they need to get, especially in the row.
Yeah, and especially on the T side now. So I'm looking forward to see what Ambush are actually capable of on the CT side, because they have shown they are a very strong T side here, that they know how to operate with the utility when they need to pull someone from a side, when they need to make a pressure somewhere. Now on the CT side though, they need to prevent the terrorists from applying that pressure they have been applying for the first whole half. And I'm more than curious whether they know the counterplays to their own plays now.
Ralph's already opened once more again on a Lunatic with those dual barrels. And it's looking like a second round in the first half. That force buy beat the better buy in the end. Barry wants to get that kill, but it's Goofy who's going for the CK, so situation is tied 4 against 4, and J Moments, he's on a really interesting spot here. He just wants to go for the Goofy, and Goofy just didn't know anything about that position, so really easy kill for J Moments in that situation. And it's still more playable and more playable for Ambush. Every second count.
But the bomb will be going on to the B side. Sorry, to the A side, of course. Now that is more than sure, as Kriti takes down Barry. Darko continues as Raul goes down. Fester, though, he's trying to make it work with his scout. He takes the head of Kriti. So it's now a 2v2 situation. But this Molotov could be very crucial. Solwell going down to 1 HP and even losing this duel. Fester, he's now being sprayed through the wall down to 21 HP. Darko on 7 himself, but he needs to land a headshot, and he does! A 1v2 clutch for Darko and Actina. They stay alive.
Whew. That was, well, maybe the most important clutch situation on the first map whatsoever, because Darko, he didn't have so many ammos in his AK, 7 ammos left, 7 bullets left, but still, that counts, and it's 7th point for Actina Pact at least. And because of that ambush force in the last round, they will proceed only with those secondary pistols, and Barry, who's got the UMP, Kevlar, and a really interesting setup.
What I like about this, though, that you can send Barry somewhere with all of his players who can be like a human shield for him, and he can then capitalize on the players who are low on HP, which means he's stacking up the money. With the UMP, you get a $600 per kill. If he gets 1 or 2, then he gets the amount of the price for UMP back. So it's already cost efficient here, but he needs to land the shots, of course. He's now aware of the opponents, he's trying to spray them down, but it will be Fester actually taking the kill. But Ambush, they do not care, they want the kill so bad, they want the weapons, and so far it's a CK who secures the kill with the UMP. It's falling apart for Actina Pact so far here, but they know that all of the players from Ambush have rotated to the other side of the map. So if they will be able to push for the B side, actually as soon as possible, they could be in a better position, even with the number disadvantage.
But Darko already opened with the first kill. Lunatic and Goofy continues, and this is like nothing for Actina Pact in the end. They just secured the bomb and secured the point without any problems. But yeah, you mentioned really nicely for an ambush, but in the end it was all about Actina Pact and their approach with the AKs, which is, of course, one of the most or the best weapon in the Counter-Strike history.
Yeah, so what it now means is that CK with the M4 on full utility, Barry of course needs to invest into the MP9, but that's not that bit much of a problem because you can hold so many close range battles here with the MP9, and that weapon can be really, really efficient. Now Kriti is trying to look for that first duel, and Barry is actually now using his utility. He shouldn't be facing into this. There is no way he can win the duel, even if he was wearing the MP9 at that moment. And of course, peeking with the smoke in your hand, it's not the best way to win a duel. But now Ambush Esports, they have been pushed. And they need to win this round, or they're giving Actina a bit of a confidence back, something they have been liking throughout the first half. And it looks like that Actina, they know how to take mid control, but CK's position could be pivotal here. If they do not pay attention to his side, he could get some crucial kills, but he has been taken down. Very two fast kills for Actina Pact, making this a 5v3 situation with Barry or less than half HP.
And Barry, he's got only the machine gun, which is not that great weapon for the distance combat. And he was spotted by Kriti. Kriti has got like 99 HP, but Sobol, he just surprised, rousing the situation, and it's great of Kriti, who in the end gets that kill on Barry. And J Moments, he's in a situation 1 against 5. He wants to go for some kills. He already spotted Kriti, but it's Lunatic, and another clean and easy round for Actina Pact, the second one to be sure. And it's almost once more again tie game.
Yeah, it is. Actina, again, in the beginning of the half, being the better team here. Of course, stacking the economy on the T side means so much for them now, as the Polish side now sitting on the loads of money. With all the players surviving, now facing against an Eco. If they win this round clean and easy again, it will take at least 2 rounds for Ambush to actually break the economy of their opponents. And on the CD side, that is a huge task to be having in front of yourselves if you go into a 10-10 scoreline in the first map of our first semi-final here. So Ambush, they have been pushed to edge now. So I'm more than curious whether they will be able to play around this or if they will fail the task to close this one out with a victory.
Sobol already just wants to go for some open kills, but it's Feather and CK from the other side who's got those advantage kills for himself.
But J Moments is the crucial player here though.
Yep. That first headshots on Goofy could be really crucial, but he still survived. And he could do a lot, but Goofy just denied him, and it's once more again tie situation 3 against 3. Actina Pact already lost those 2 players on the A side, but Goofy just secured them the B side, and it's all about those Feathers and Barry's primary weapons and their approach towards the B side.
So good usage of utility now for Actina to actually prevent Ambush from pushing into that side. It's a 3v2 situation now, but look at that lineup! This could be a double kill, but Feather goes down. Goofy saves the situation with 40 HP remaining. This is still playable for Barry, but without the Kevlar, not that much of a chance. He smokes one of the angles, and he actually now can turn this into 2 separate 1v1 duels, but he flashes himself. Not the best situation to be at, not the best solving solution to do it, and Goofy secures a round. And once more, we are tied, as you have said already in the beginning of that round. 10-10 is the scoreline. Both teams are now even, but Actina, to my mind, are now in a bit of advantage here because they have won so many rounds in a row. If Ambush lose this one, they're again in some eco scenario. And of course, like I said, if Actina will keep on winning the rounds with more players remaining alive, the economy for them will be very strong.
Yeah, for example, Goofy, he's got already $8,000 on his account. He's got the SG and some grenades, of course, so he's without any doubt, so just prepare for another, like 1 or 2 buys without problems. But it's CK who's got that first kill, but after that, he was burned out by Darko. So kill by kill. Those players just like say some words to themselves, and it's Barry with his AVP who's going really aggressive in this situation. He wants to get that kill for himself, but he missed each shot. What a nice approach by Sobol, and Lunatic just continue, and Lunatic just secure the B side for his teammates, and he just going down with another really important kill, and it's Feather in a situation 1 against 3. He knows about Sobol, but he didn't kill him. Oh my god.
And
this is really bad. This is really bad for Ambush.
Yeah, what we are witnessing right now is a crumble from Ambush. All that has worked for them in the first half is now working for Actina. All of the duels going on the side of the Polish team. And what is the most important, crucial point of the previous round is Barry pushing with the AWP. Now, you cannot criticize him because in a 4v4 situation, you need to do that. Especially when you need to take control somewhere. It was a good play, but at the same moment, J Moments got a kill. But it was too late for Barry to fall back. He needed to take the duel anyway. He lost the duel, and ever since Lunatic, he stepped up in the last round. As a true captain, he held strong, taking the 2 kills, opening the site for himself and for his team as well. Now Actina Pact, after a very, very long time, back in the lead.
And it's Actina Pact who secure the first kill in this round. Of course, Ambush got only those secondary pistols, so yeah, Actina Pact are the favorite one in this situation, but Lunatic needs to be really aware of that second player, CK. He's just hiding after those sandbags, and it's CK who gets that kill for himself, some AK for him as well. And it's still playable for Ambush, because J Moments can easily kill Goofy. There you go.
That's the bomb.
Situation is 2 against 2, and yeah, the bomb is secured by J Moments. And CK is going with the second kill, the AK. And it's clutch moment for Critty.
Yeah, so this is Critty's situation to be solved. We have seen him clutch 17 times already during the third split. Now it's time for the 18th one, but he doesn't look very much fond of this clutching. Of course, Ambush, they're not in the best position, as both J Moments and CK are very low on HP. But I'm not sure whether Critty is aware of that information. If he was, I do believe he would be playing with a Glock instead right now. And let's look at that. He takes the pistol, but not that much time remaining. He actually refers to falling back and saving the AWP for the next round. Only 3 seconds remaining, and we will be tied at one more time. Ambush Esports being able to finally win a round and secure one for themselves on the CD side. Very, very crucial for them as they did so, because Actina, they were looking like they were going to run away with it. But still, this round, finally Ambush made it work. And again, the same as in the first half, Actina, they have been very strong. Pact have been showing off. But then one force buy that has actually turned things around in the first half. And now Ambush in the very same scenario, winning with just the pistols. And CK's positioning in mid was so important in the last round. He waited, he was very, very patient, and it played out. At the same time, J Moments with a very well-timed flank, taking down the bomb carrier, and all of that was just enough. So now Actina Pact, they need to refer to that round, take a look at it and say, okay boys, we did some mistakes, we made a few, it doesn't matter, we're still even, we have the full buy, we have the AWP. Sobol with actually being very, very efficient with opening duels, and Lunatic top fragging here. These are now the 2 players they need to carry Pact towards the leading here in the series.
Yeah, once more again, Actina Pact needs to go for the lead situation after the round. Of course, Ambush are still on the CT side, so if they will lose this and the next one, they will be without any money, and that will be a really, really hard situation for them. Pretty just wants to get some information about Barry. He already spotted him, but Barry, he's the favorite one in that situation, but he missed his shot once more again. Barry, he just didn't play as good as he showed us in the third split, for example. But still, situation is tied. He missed his shot, but he didn't be killed, so there's still like a second chance for him.
That's the thing with the experienced players. They're usually very efficient on the CT side opening because they are actually very, very patient in their duels. But now it looks like that Sobol will be taking care of Barry. Now Fessler, his position is known. He should be going down pretty much immediately, down to 42 HP. But Actina Pact, they have now been flanked by none other than CK, a player that has been really carrying Ambush towards a victory here. Fessler has actually been saved by the same player. And Ambush They're still not in the favorable situation. A 4v4 will always favor the T side. There's still 3 smokes to be deployed, and it looks like that Actina Pact are going to use them right now at this very moment alongside that Molotov. And there is no counterplay for that, but this is a nice boost. And it looks like Ambush are ready for almost anything that Pact have to bring into this matchup. A Molotov to delay that bomb plan for a bit, but it looks like that Goofy, he won't be endangered by that one. So the bomb goes down in a 4v4 retake now at the plate of Ambush Esports.
Ambush are just spraying through that smoke. Darko will just going for this really dangerous spot, but he just will wait here for some really important kills. And Goofy, he's like in the center of everything, and he wants to get that kill on the CK, but it's Sobel who gets that kill. But Goofy, he's going for the 2 of them, and Feather, he just killed Goofy, but after that is Sobel who getting the point for Actina Pact in the end. But what I want to say is that Ambush, they killed that player on the A side, on the B side, but they still count about the A side, because like for many times Actina Pact open on the B side and then rotating for the for the A. And because of that, Ambush was just like in the middle of that situation. They just didn't trust in that Actina Pact will go for the B side, and it's well, the little things that matter in that situation. And right now it's Pretty who already opened on Barry, and it's like one more kill in the favorite of Actina Pact.
For the first time, maybe even in the second half, Barry has played actively that pick. He usually took the passive way to take that duel, but now he actually went active and he lost the duel immediately. So being down by 1 player means that the map will be open much more for you. J Moments now being the sole defender here on the B side, and he goes down pretty much immediately with no chance of self-defense. And Actina Pact are now running away with it as they're looking to secure the number 13 for them. And Ambush, all they can do now is save because they lack all amount of money. There is no savings on their side, and those weapons are very, very precious to them, especially that AWP not being able to be any efficient in this round, of course. But the amount of pressure that you can apply while being an AWPer is huge. And Ambush, they know how to use it, but Actina, it looks like they have already found themselves on this map, and they know exactly how to push against their opponents. And Ambush Esports, they need to think. Oh, you hate to see that. Fesser might even won the duel if he didn't misclick the taking off a nade during the duel. CK shows his position, and it looks like he's more than aware of his enemies. And of course, Actina, they can throw their bodies onto CK because they have got more than enough money. And actually taking away the AWP now from Ambush could be the crucial moment, because they are not in the situation where they can afford one. Down to 3.5k or something like that for all of the players, and I'm more than curious to see whether they will invest, and if they will, how will they invest into the upcoming round?
Well, they invest just a little bit of those money, because they just going with those deagles and some smokes as well. But it's Rouse who shot Lunatic twice, but Lunatic still survived and won that situation. So this is the open kill for Actina Pact once more again. But J Moments, he killed Goofy in the situation. He was really aggressive in that on that side, and because of that, it could be a really interesting still situation for Ambush. Grid just switch his weapon, and it's Feather and CK who achieve 2 more kills. This could be a disaster. Actina Pact needs to get that round without any other problems, because already they lost 3 players against only those Eagles.
But I do not think that they have spot Taco actually here, and this could be the crucial play for Actina Pact. This could save the round actually, if Darko plays this one correctly, and if Lunatic buys enough time for him. 50 seconds still remaining, but J Moments, 1 more crucial kill for him, and now Darko, his position is no, and he even won't take down Fesser, and J Moments being the hero here for Ambush Esports. 3 mega kills here for him. Again, finding the flank, again being aggressive. That's something that Ambush need to do more and more often, especially if it works out. And for J Moments, he has been more than able to find the timings very precisely, again, just like in the force by a few rounds before. Now again, this is this player, he hasn't been highlighted. We do not see him as a player to watch. He hasn't got the most kills, but his skills have got the most impact here. And mainly because of him, Ambush are still in game.
Yeah, but they need to continue in this 26th round as well. They are still in a situation where they are losing the 1 point, but it's 1 point only. So if they will beat Actina Pact in that situation, okay, Berry just trying some wall bangs there. If they will beat Actina Pact in this round, it could be eco for Actina Pact, and Ambush will going for the victory situation, the leading situation. But still, 5 players are on both sides, and Rouse, he's got only 18 HP, so Lunatic and Rouse are like in the red area, red color HP, and because of that, the first kill will be really important one.
And also, who loses this round pretty much won't have any economy into the upcoming round. So very important round for both of the sides to win this one, to not slide into any problems. And now Actina, they are now pushed onto the pressure. Goofy, he will try to go for the bomb line, and he should succeed as well. Being dropped by the Molotov to 86 HP is not that much of a problem. I mean, we have a 5v5 retake, something that is not that very much likely in CSGO now, as Goofy takes down the first kill already onto Barry and Ambush. They need to retake this one. They have so much utility. They actually have all defuse kit apart from CK, but that doesn't matter. He can pick one up after his fallen teammates, but it looks like they just go for it now, and Fezer and CK both on 1 kill per each, and this is Critty that is still saving it, but Rouse is still on the bomb. He is defused, and it looks like he will perform the ninja defuse, and Ambush Esports, they tie things up here, 13-13.
Whew. What a play from both of those teams. It was, like you said, 5v5 retake situation on the Vertigo. It was, for me personally, it was the first time which I saw the retake 5v5.
In a full buy scenario.
Yeah, in a full buy scenario, for sure, of course. But because of that, the game is once more again in the tie situation, and it's Actina Pact who didn't proceed with the primary weapons. Darko, of course, he's got the AK, Goofy, he's got the Tech 9, and the rest of the players on the Actina Pact side, they've got only those secondary pistols, and especially Crit. He's just saving for the AVP, so he's got only the Glock 1.
Yeah, a smart decision from Critty, because he realizes that in the next round he is going to be the crucial player. But Darko, he is sitting on an AK, and we have seen many times before in history of CSGO, CS16 and CSS as well, that one AK can win you the round if your player will step up in that round. And Darko, so far, he gets 2 kills already. Now this should not be happening, Ambush. What are you doing? You have had a better buy, but it looks like you will lose this round. But Fezer still has something to say about it as he takes down 2, both Lunatic and Critty going down. But these are not the main targets. Sobol and Darko, these are the players who need to focus at this moment. Fezer takes down the triple, down to 7 HP though. Barry on 14. This does not look good for Ambush Esports, but still, they are going. It's a 2v2 situation, and it looks like the defuse will be coming in now. Barry, he's holding the angle, and he takes down that kill, and Fezer and Barry, they actually make the retake happen. Ambush Esports, they save this round, and they will take the lead.
Oh my god, what a clutch situation for both of those players. Fezer and Barry just achieved the 14 point only by themselves. Actina Pact, they show us that with the 1 AK and 1 AK only, they are capable of doing big stuff. But on the other hand, Fezer and Barry just secure maybe the most important point in the Ambush story on the Alienware game arena, because of that, Ambush once again, they are in the better situation. And Goofy? Yeah. What just happened?
So he was blinded by the flashbang stand, and Molotov not realizing he is dying until he was dead. And a huge opener now for Ambush Esports, applying more and more pressure on their opponents after they magically win that massive round of 27, now being in lead by 1 point only, securing the first blood here. It's so important for them. They can now play more defensively. They do not need to take any active duels which could cost them their lives. But of course, we have seen many times before that J-Moment and CK are not afraid of taking these duels because they are winning most of them. Fesser now being flashbang, but still in a better position. But Sobel somehow wins this duel. I do not know how did that happen. Fesser had the shadow advantage, but still lost to the Polish player. Now Actina, they could plant the bomb here if they will actually make it onto the side. With Lunatic carrying the bomb, a huge nade onto Ral's head, down to half HP. Flashbangs all across the board. The Molotovs on the only safe spot where he can plant the bomb, and you can see Lunatic burning again. 41 HP remaining on the captain of Actina Pact, and Darko, he is looking for this boost, and he actually takes him down. Darko again with a very dangerous position to sit at, but very strong if you're open and don't check that. 3v4 retake now for Ambush Esports.
Ambush needs to go for the bomb, but they've got the defuse kit on the Barry, so there is still time, but...
Yeah,
okay.
You cannot blame them for this decision.
No.
This is actually very smart for them.
This is huge. This is a really smart decision. I mean, this could be a decider for them because of that they will get those 3 guns for the next round.
Yeah.
And it's still a tie. It's not like you will lose that round and you will be in the the losing situation. They are still in a tie.
And Barry even has more than 3k, so he can drop an M4 or something like that. There will be a buy coming now for Ambush Esports, but like you mentioned, if they go for it and they fail, it means that they do not have that much money right now. They certainly would not have that AWP. They would not have the M4s. They would not have that much of utility. So a smart decision for Ambush to actually forfeit the previous round. And now Actina Pact and Ambush Esports, they are going to distance, maybe the full distance as well, as we are now hitting at the 14-14 scoreline, the round number 29. But CK, he is the one who is opening here. Goofy goes down again on the entrance towards the B side, not being able to capitalize on anything. He goes down pretty much immediately. Nice jump boost there, but Pretty won't find the target yet. Actina Pact still trying to find a way back into this round as Lunatic down to 39 HP here is another problem that now Actina need to solve. Ambush, they again look like they are in a stronger position, but we have seen them fail these rounds before.
Last round Ambush took the first kill for themselves, but in the end they need to retreat that A side. And it was really crucial situation and crucial decision for them as well. But with this open kill, it could be a huge. Actina Pact needs to survive, and they need still to plant the bomb on the A side. Sobel already spotted the Feather. Feather lose some of the HP, but because of that pop flash from Barry, Feather just killed the second player in this situation, and Crit just missed his shot against Barry. And it's situation 5 against 3. Because of that molly, Barry needs to retreat his position, but because of that smoke, he just surviving without any problems. But still, 26 seconds left in that situation, and it's all about those 3 players on the Actina Pact side.
Yeah, the time is of the essence at this moment. Only 18 seconds to play with. And Actina, their cards have been shown. They have to push towards this side. And Ambush, they're all more than ready. Critty takes down CK. That is a good start. They now will need to plant the bomb. Will they be able to do so? Is now the question. It looks like they will. Darko even takes down Rouse. And again, Ambush Esports. Bit of a throw in here, but still Critty is being taken down. Fesser being the pivotal player here. But look at Darko. He takes down J-Moments. That could be the deciding moment, but it will be for Ambush. As Lunatic is the only one remaining. Captain himself on 39 HP with 3 players against him, and he goes down to Fesser of all players. This will be a map point for Ambush Esports.
Only 2 scenarios left. Ambush will win 16-14, the closest situation in the CSGO, or we will go for the OT.
And even though all of the plays have been going on B side, the defenders from A side actually made it all work, because the first kill came from CK, which means you have the control from before that side. When you have that, you can send yet more defender onto the other side of the map. And with 3 players, Ambush have been able to delay Actina for as long as possible, that the retake would there be really, really strong and fast as well, with J-Moments being able to flank so early. And of course securing that kill as well. But now look at Pretty, he's been taken down. Barry finally wins the duel he has been looking for the whole second half. Ambush again more successful in the openers, and Actina only 4 players remaining, but Barry goes down. He doesn't make it to the site soon enough. Actina still very alive.
Yeah, they are alive and they are in situation 4 against 4, and Darko just killed the second player, so situation is playable for Actina Pact in this situation. J Moments already spotted Sobol, but he needs to be aware of Darko, who just proceed on the A side, and it's Lunatic. He could do a lot from those angles.
So many angles to worry about, and it looks like that Rouse is counting on this one. Lunatic has been spotted now. He actually mollies that place, and Darko, oh, there was an opening for him, but he actually missed his shot a bit. A bit of a unlucky timing, but Actina will actually go for this as Rouse takes down Lunatic. Not the best situation here, but Darko, he's still alive, but he has no bullets remaining. He needs to actually reload, and J Moments, he takes him down. He's standing in the Molotov, but it actually won't kill him. Rouse on 6 HP, and it will be only Rouse remaining. 6 HP, now actually being the only obstacle in Actina Pact's way to overtime, and will Rouse make this magical clutch happen? And I am not sure. Everything is playing against him. He has a smoke, but a Ninja Diffuse at this position with 6 HP, I do not think so. Make sure you do not fall down. That would be a bummer. He smokes up the bomb. He tries to actually bait some of the shots, and he will be taken down immediately through the smoke. The first map of the finals here at the Alienware Game Arena Season 1, and we're going to full distance. We are going to overtime.
30 rounds are done, but we still doesn't know who will be the winners for the first map. Vertigo already show us really interesting situation. 10 points as a terrorist on the both sides, only 5 points as a CTs. So for Ambush and for Actina Pact, this map looking promising, more promising as a terrorist map. But we will see about OT, because this is like the new chapter, the new beginning for both of those teams, and I'm looking forward to it.
There's one factor I'd like to mention here, is that even though we have been looking forward to Ambush, and they looked stronger in some parts of this map so far, with actually the full buys being very efficient, this is Actina Pact's map to lose. If they wouldn't throw those 2 rounds against the force buys, they would have actually won the map already in the regular time. So even though Ambush, they look strong, they look prepared, and they look much better than in the regular season or any time before, and it looks like they could even be the team to win this one. This was more all about Actina Pact making some slight mistakes that Ambush have been able to punish. If Actina Pact will be able to get rid of those mistakes, and they will play by the scenario, play by the script, then I do not think that Ambush stand a chance here. But like you said, this is a 10-5 scoreline on both halves, which means both of the teams actually deserve to win this one. And this might be actually the worst way to lose the first map here, when you go to the full distance and you lose it in the overtime. So there is no reward for that. You do not get any points in the league. There is nothing advantageous about losing in overtime, because you just lose your first map and you're already 0-1 down in the series and 1 map away from being eliminated.
We'll see how things will go for both of those teams in the OT, because the first OT will start shortly, and Actina Pact will of course continue on the terrorist sides, and Ambush will just proceed the OT with as a counter-terrorist for those 3 more rounds, or maybe more than 3 rounds as a CTs if we will go for the second OT, and so on, you know already about that.
Yeah, so let's just remind the format here. It's an MR3, which means the first team to get to 19 points wins this overtime. At 3 or after 3 rounds, the side will switch yet one more time. So we will take a look at how this will all actually play out. We have been waiting for Lunatic to go back to server, but he is now live, and so should be we in the few seconds or minutes. Ambush Esports though, I am very, very impressed with CK, Fesser and J Moments. CK and Fesser, so many kills, almost getting close to getting that 30 bomb, and J Moments, yeah, his KDA is not that much high, but the impact of his skills, his flanking abilities have been very crucial, and maybe the deciding factor, and maybe the factor why Ambush are still alive on this map. We are live again here in the overtime, and let's just remind ourselves, 16K for all players for every single half, which means full buys until the end of this map. No more ecos, no more false buys.
Pretty, as well as Barry, holding those AVP. And Barry, he's on his favorite spot, but he missed a lot of these shots from that angle. But this is the, like, another options for him, another tryout. And if he will succeed in those overtime skills, it will be really important for him and especially for his teams as well.
Okay, J Moments waiting for his time to shine. He has made it work so many times during the second half here on the entrance towards the B side. And Ambush are looking to use that player again to get them that advantage. They need it desperately here because they're given so much map control towards Actina. And this is something that you actually play. You do not actually hold these angles for such a long time. You need to take control of entrance to the B side. You need to hold mid. You need to hold these kind of corridors. And of course for that you need utility, but luckily for everyone there is more than enough utility for everyone since, like I mentioned, 16k at the beginning of every half. Now 23 seconds only, we're still waiting for the first kill to come. Even though CK is really low on LHP, this should not be that good for Actina because both Kriti, Sobel, and now even Lunatic goes down, and all at 1 second pretty much it falls apart as Barry secures himself the triple kill. And Ambush, they deny Pact the entrance toward the A side. And this is a disaster now for the Polish side here. Ambush Esports securing the first round here in the overtime.
What an entrance for Ambush. What an entrance. Actina did nothing in those situations. They just proceed the B side, and after that they just lost like 5 players in a row. And it's like second Ambush cleaning his round, but it doesn't matter in the OT. Like we mentioned already, there is a really nice financial situation for both of those teams, but it's Sobel who already open on Feather.
And look at Goofy and J Moments again. Ring a rosies, and who will spot their open for the first time here? But oh, this is a dangerous position for both of them. And J Moments again comes out on top. I feel very sorry for Goofy as he has been losing all of these duels all the time. But Darko, he makes it work in mid. So this is now a very peculiar situation because J Moments, yes, he has the control, yes, he has the flank, but he has lost mid control, which means that now he has to fall back, towards the B side as it is. Now CK and Sobol, hard performing fraggers here for both sides. And now Sobol, he should know that CK is somewhere there. He heard him throw that Molotov. Now even he hears them spraying with the AK, and now the Molly tickles Sobol. So now both of these players have awareness that someone is hiding somewhere. 40 seconds still remaining here with CK. He has been now fired at from 2 different positions, and he wins 1 duel, doesn't win the second. Barry goes down to the likes of Crit, and now J Moments to clutch this all.
J Moment and his SG covering the A side, but there is a Crate and Sobel. Sobel, he's got like half of his HP, but Crate, he's got his favorite weapon, which is off, and it will be Crete who will get that 16 point as well. So situation is tied once more again, and this is the last point, last round for Actina Pact in this OT, in this first OT as a terrorist.
So if you look at the ratio of the rounds that have been won by either of the sides, if you get 2 points on the CT side here in the overtime, that's a huge success. Because both teams have won 10 rounds on the T sides and 5 rounds on the CD sides, which is a ratio 2-to-1. If you turn it around in overtime, in such dire moments, that could be the deciding factor. And the fact that we're only getting full buys until the end of this map just adds to that pressure. And I'm more than curious which one of the teams will actually work with the pressure more and well. It looks like Barry, he's still going on. I say he went 1 too far there with the second peak, as Sobel punishes him for that. So it's a 4v4 situation, and that advantage now swings towards the likes of Actina Pact.
Actina Pact, because of that aggressive play by Barry, are still in the tie situation, and it's like we mentioned so many times, in 4v4 situation, it's playable for more playable for terrorist. Sobel, he will get that kill, but CK.
Why did you let him die, man?
Yeah, he should just save Feather in that situation. Still, situation is 3-3, but CK, who could save his teammate, and it could be a 4 against 3 for them. especially in this last round as a CTs. They need to get that point for themselves, and that's CK. He just get the second kill, and because of that, because of him, they are still in a better situation. And J Moments, the first kill for him, and the second one will proceed by Goofy.
Ooh.
Okay, J Moments, there you go. And those 2 points by CTs are here.
Yeah, that's what I mentioned. Now 2 points on the CD side for Ambush are actually massive. Actina Pact so close. We're losing the first map after all, but still they can turn it around. Of course, they can even win in the first overtime if they get all 3 points on the CD side. Not that likely from what we have seen so far, but when you get to the full buy scenario, it just looks like that Ambush are a bit, but I repeat, only a bit stronger. And now Actina Pact, they haven't been able to play proactive. They have been pushed so many times on the CD side with false buys, with full buys. The CD side didn't work that much for them because they have been in lead by 4-1, and after that they only won one round until the halftime. So I'm not that sure whether this is the best position for Actina Pact to be at. And do not worry, it will all be fixed by any moment. As you can see, this is something we can work with as well.
Right, with the aggressive situation and aggressive position, in that situation wants to get some knowledge of those enemies, but he needs to retreat that position. And it's Darko with his grenade. Catch some HP down for a Feather, but still, it's 5v5 situation, and we are still waiting for the first open kill. But what I want to mention is Kride and Sobol. Those two AVPs are those only AVPs, because Ambush doesn't play with those weapons in this round, and this could be a crucial moment. Reid missed his second shot, and it's Barry who proceeds with the SG and his first kill in this second half of this OT.
Yeah, so he actually, Lunatic tried as a true captain to save his teammate, but oh, how did this happen? Pretty died somewhere. And I'm more than sure that he fell down, but I'm looking forward to see the replay though. But this could be actually one of the most deciding factors here. It was a 4v5. Now, with that suicide, that's one more death free given to the side of Ambush. And now Goofy, he needs to make some kind of a hero, but he takes down one player, but being traded immediately by J Moments, who takes down a double kill actually in the process, leaving Sobol the only one remaining now in a 1v4 situation. Ambush, they are looking to take control of 2 map points. They already lost one, but we will see whether they will make it work now. Sobol takes the first kill, but that confirms his position. Rouse, Feather and still CK all waiting for the sniper to come into play. They're not showing themselves, and they are playing this by the book, and I love it. Sobol, he has got pretty much no chance to win it. He flanks one, he takes down the second, and oh, I may have spoken too soon. He takes down the third. I did not believe it! Sobol, he takes all of them, but no defuse kit. There might not be enough time. Oh, you hate to see this Actina Pact after all of that lose that round. But oh, that might have been the most explosive play I have seen. So close, and yet so far.
I mean, we are in the OT. You should buy a defuse kit in a no matter what.
Yeah.
Sobol, he's got like 10k in that situation, and he doesn't have that defuse kit. He doesn't even have a helmet. He doesn't even have a helmet, so...
I understand the helmets, if you're like,
yeah, I know,
I'm going to headshot one whatsoever,
but
the defuse kit?
Yeah, because of that helmet, he's got that money for the defuse kit. I mean, this could be crucial. This could be crucial because Ambush, like you mentioned, they've got those 2 map points, and they can proceed with any of them.
So Actina Pact, they have been able to win only 1 round on the CD side during the regular time with full buys. Now they need to win 2 just to stay alive. Goofy, he takes care of J Moments. For a very long time he wins this duel, so something that will actually work in the favor of Actina Pact. And a very strong position here for both Critty and Darko. But this flashbang is so strong. This is a really easy counterplay for that. But still, Actina very much alive with Critty. Takes down second player on the Ambush side. This all looks much, much better now for the Polacks.
Feather, CK and Barry will approach the A side, because they've got still a lot of money, and there will be one or more options for them, or they will win this situation 3 against 5. They will proceed the A side. Feather just open. Lunatic kills Feather on the other side, and CK, he kills Lunatic, but Crit, he just denied the approach from Barry, and it's all about CK in the situation 1 against 3.
Ooh.
He's got like 17 seconds left, but still, he managed to kill Sobol, but then Crit, he knows about it. He knows about the fake, and it's 17 points for Actina Pact.
Yeah, Crit held his nerves there by not pushing, and also he had a teammate flanking, so he didn't even have to do that. But there was a bit of a pinpoint there when 2 AWPers were actually defending that side. I saw an opportunity there for CK, I saw an opportunity for Ambush, but they need to make it work right now. If not, we are going to a second overtime as well. Ambush again on the 3rd attempt to close out the map victoriously, and if not, then it will be yet another overtime. And Pact, I don't know, I kind of feel bad for Sobol, but then again, he had to buy the defuse kit, so I'm not sure whether to wish them to lose this map just because of that mistake. But to be honest, it can happen sometimes, but you just hate to see that, don't you? If it was the all way around, now it could be 18-17 for Actina Pact. They could be playing for a win here. But they need to learn it the hard way, and they still need one more point here. With Ambush still very strong with the utility, with the health bars, with everything. But you can feel the pressure from the map. No one is playing aggressively that much, no one is playing proactively, no one is trying anything new. Because every single mistake can lead to either losing yet one more map point or the whole map. And look at Sobol, just as I speak, he takes the action for himself. And again, he could be the crucial player for Pact here.
Sobol already spotted the first player and he killed him without any problems. After that, he retreated his position, so he's still a really valuable player in this situation. Because he's got the second one and he goes for the third one, but CK denied it. Still a better situation for Actina Pact. It's looking like CK will go through that molly. He lost half of his HP, and Goofy killed him without problems. Darko is on the right spot, but J Moments and Barry, they are continuing to the situation 2 against 2, and it's Critty with a Lunatic who needs to clutch this situation if they wants to go for the second OT. Lunatic starts really nicely. He already killed the J Moment, but Barry, he's in a clutch situation 1 against 2. He already spotted Lunatic. That smoke did nothing, and it's Crit against Barry. Crit is already spotted, and it's Barry with the 64 HP. He needs to wait in this situation. Crit needs going forward, and it's Barry who will end this OT 19-17, and it's Ambush who will take this first map for themselves.
Yeah, and what a better way to end it than the 2 key players, the 2 watch for these players to end it out in a 1v1, and it will be Barry, the more experienced one, to win it all for Ambush Esports. And yes, you can feel very, very sorry for Pact, especially after that magical clutch from Sobol, not being able to win only because of the lack of defuse kit. But yeah, that sometimes happens, that's the game, and you need to accept it. There is still a chance for Actina Pact to bounce back in the whole series, to turn it all around. They were so close for securing an advantage in that overtime, but they just couldn't make it work.
But still, there is one more map, maybe 2. The second one will be the Dust 2, and the decider will be the Inferno.
Yeah, could be Inferno, that is true.
Both of those maps was already played in the regular season, and it was Actina Pact who beat Ambush there, so it will be a really interesting situation.
Yeah, Vertigo was a bit of a pocket pick here for Ambush, because as we have said many times before, they haven't played it yet in the 3rd split, and I'm not sure whether they have played it any split before, but it doesn't matter. In any relevant history, they haven't been playing that map. Now they pull it off on stage, now they pull it off here at the finals, and they actually secure the first win. It wasn't anything, let's say, decisive. It went to overtime, but still, they have made it work. But before we go on, let's send word to Pepe, who is standing on with the interview.